This is a continuation of Fated Mates series. Kindly subscribe and listen to the previous chapters to get the whole story. Chapter 12. Deep in the sea, at an island known only by a few, Queen Zelda made her way into the dungeon few meters away from the palace. The dungeon had been her favorite place to visit when she felt bored. Today was one of such days. She gracefully descended the dark staircase that led into the deepest part of the dungeon. Inside the dimly lit room, a figure lay down helplessly on the ground with ragged clothes, her body reduced to bones. The only sign of life in her was the whizzing sound of her breathing. "My dear sister, why don't you just let go?" "I could let go of you, you know," Zelda said as she looked down on the woman who had no more strength left to even lift up her head. "Why do you keep being stubborn, dear sister? Your only daughter who could have inherited all your powers I had killed a long time ago. Why suffer this much when you have an easier way out?" Zelda said as she squat to her level. She had imprisoned her stepsister with the hope that she would give her the immense power she possessed to become the legitimate queen. The woman, however, collected all the energy she had to lift up her head. She spat directly on Zelda's face and smiled, revealing a set of decayed teeth. "You pig, you'll pay for this," Zelda cursed as she wiped off the smelly saliva from her face. She then kicked her in the stomach before leaving, fuming mad. The woman smiled at herself. How wrong was her sister to think that she had killed her daughter? It was only a matter of time before everything was over. Zelda was fuming as she made her way back to the palace. She wanted to sanitize her face so badly to remove the germs that might be crawling on her face. Ivy, who was in the company of her friends on the balcony, saw her mother rush back into the palace. Something must have happened, and she better rush over to prevent a disaster from occurring. "Mother, what happened back there? You seem angry," Ivy said in a concerned voice as she saw her mother wash her face thoroughly. The bathroom door had been left opened, and she couldn't help but peep. "That woman dared to disrespect me. Go call me Isadora," Zelda said. "But Mother, that's not necessary. We can't do that right now. You are already the queen, and everyone already accepted that," Ivy said. "Are you trying to tell me what to do? You know nothing at all, Ivy," Zelda said angrily. Isadora, on the other hand, was by the seashore getting some fish when a cold wind suddenly enveloped her. She heard a voice, and she knew what to do. She got onto a boat and headed out to the other side of the world. It had been 2 weeks since Rila got enrolled at her new school. As usual, Rila decided to skip breakfast due to the tormenting images of her family. She would use the time to prepare for her exams. As she got out of their expensive neighborhood, Rila drove her posh car, but while on the road saw a seemingly old but tired-looking woman making her way along the lane. Rila slowed down and decided to take the old woman to her destination. It was still early and she would definitely arrive back to school on time. "Sorry, ma'am, but you seem so tired. Would you mind if I gave you a lift to wherever you are headed?" Rila asked. "Thank you so much, my grandchild. I'm actually tired and hungry. Could you possibly have something for me to eat?" the old woman asked. "Not here, but I could get you some. Please get in. After that, I'll take you home," Rila said. She knew a nice joint just around the corner where she could buy her breakfast. With that, she helped the woman inside the car and drove off a few meters ahead. 20 minutes later, Rila pulled up in front of an apartment in a densely populated neighborhood. "Thank you so much for your help, dear. I can't possibly pay you today. But here, have my necklace. It will protect you wherever you go," the woman said, handing over to her a seemingly old necklace. "But grandmother, I can't possibly take that from you," Rila said respectfully. "It would give me peace knowing that you have it. Please take it," the old woman said and placed it in her hand. "Till we meet again, my child," the woman said and made her way into the building. Rila found it a little strange, but decided not to think about it. The necklace, which was green in color and shaped in the form of a heart, looked really beautiful, and Rila only wondered why, at first look, it seemed really old. She decided to put it on. Maybe that had been her luck for the day. With that, she drove to school, elated that she had done something useful. Inside one of the apartments on the ground floor, Maya woke up to alcohol. Ever since she saw her daughter, her life was messed up. She could not imagine what her daughter was going through, especially after she had chanced on Tilda and a group of schoolgirls mistreating her as she boarded her car from school. Maya had wanted to reveal herself to her daughter, but as usual, Mickey had prevented her from making any rushed decision. Maya was lying on the bed, her head spinning all over when there was a knock on the door. Maya cursed as she opened the door. Mickey just left the house, but why would he return so soon? She opened the door and was met by the sight of the woman who seemed so worn out. Though she was unsteady, she ushered her inside. "How can I help you, old woman?" Maya asked as she dropped herself on the couch. "Please help me with a glass of water," the old woman said. Maya got up from the couch and headed for the kitchen. She regretted why she had welcomed the strange woman into the house. As Maya turned her back, the old woman hurriedly took a bottle from her pocket and poured its content into her glass of whiskey that she had been drowning her sorrows in. She then sat back at her position as though nothing happened. Maya handed the glass of water, which the old woman accepted immediately, and emptied everything. Maya couldn't wait for the woman to leave. She was relieved when the woman got up to leave. Maya quickly shut the door and gulped down the entire contents in her glass. Lust? Then Mickey walked in and picked up the empty glass of whiskey. "Can't you have a life other than this, Maya? Seriously, I can't have you under my roof when you can't follow simple instructions," Mickey said, anger boiling within him. "Not now, Mickey, but again, it could be for the best. I can't wait to finally embrace my daughter," Maya said as she sat down, but immediately she lost balance and fell to the ground, convulsing. Mickey was alarmed. When he noticed Maya's serious condition, he carried her into the car and rushed to the hospital. Outside the building a few blocks away, the woman stood up from the bench when she noticed Maya being taken into the car. It was all done. She had succeeded in her mission. With that, she smiled as she turned back.